Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are doing the UFC 305 breakdown predictions for the event. We got Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. That's gonna be a fucking crazy fight, but before we get into that, let's go down and see what the early prelims got. We've got only three. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know much about these fighters. But before we usually do our main card predictions, because we only do main card predictions, let's get into some fights to watch. I don't really know any of the fighters here in the early prelims, so I'm going to give you two don't miss fights in the prelims. Casey O'Neill versus Liana Santos. That could be a very fucking good fight. Casey O'Neill's very, very good. This could be a sleeper fight. You guys have to go watch that one. Make sure you watch that one. It's a very good fight. And then the second one, Junior Tafa versus Walter Walker. This guy looks fucking crazy. And then the Tafa brothers are some of the toughest fucking people on the planet. And Junior Tafa is not fighting. I think this will be a great fight. This is definitely, this is going to be a knockout. Someone's sleeping. So go watch that. If you want to see a fucking crazy fight, this is going to be a crazy fight. I guarantee it. Go watch that. But now let's get on to our main card predictions. Li Jingliang versus Carlos Prates. I think I butchered both these surnames. But this is a good fight. I think I'm gonna go with Lee the Leech. I believe that's his nickname. If I got that wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I'm gonna go with him on this fight because I think he's had some unlucky fights. But I think he is generally a really good fighter, and I think he'll get the win, get a dub back in his win column, or however the fuck you say that. I'm gonna go with Lee. I don't know how the American odds thing work. I think that means he's the favorite, and that's the underdog. I have no idea. Then we have the next fight. Tai Tuivasa versus Jericio. I don't know how to say his fucking last name, so we're gonna skip that one. This is a big fight for Tai. Like, Tai's on a bit of a losing streak. He kind of needs this one, and I hope this is his Derek Lewis moment. Derek was also on a bit of a losing streak. He said, fuck this, went back and worked on his craft, came back, and I do believe he's on a 2-fight win streak at the moment. Derek's looking really fucking good, and I hope this is Tai's, like, Derek story. He's coming back, took some L's, but now he's back. But this motherfucker is crazy. I've seen some of his fights. He is really, really a tough opponent. But I'm gonna back Tai, and hopefully we can see him doing a shoey when he celebrates his victory, because we have not seen that in forever. So hopefully Tai gets back into the win column. I'm gonna go with Tai on that one. Next winner. This is a big fight. Gamrot versus Dan Hooker, 11th versus 5th. If Dan Hooker wins, he can actually be in that title conversation, because Islam has beat most of the guys. I think Islam is injured right now, so he's probably not going to fight for a while, broken hand. But Arman is going to fight him, that's the scheduled fight. But if he beats Arman, Dan Hooker can easily put himself in the conversation of being a title shot. Even Gamrot wins. I like Dan Hooker. I think he's a cool guy. He's a really good fighter. I would love to see him win and put himself in that position. So I want to go for Dan Hooker. That's my pick. That's my hot pick. That could be my underdog pick. I don't know if he is the underdog. I'm assuming he would be, because Gamrot is fucking crazy good. But I'm gonna go on a little hidden hope kind of one, and I'm gonna go for Dan Hooker to win this one. But it's gonna be a tough fight for him. But I think it's gonna be a really good fight. Now, the co-main event, Kai Kara France versus Steve Usyk. I watched Steve versus Pantoja. That was a fucking great fight. I think he was very close to winning it. He did mess up the last round. The last round, I do believe, is what decided that title. I don't think if Steve wins this fight, he's going to get another title shot. I think he might have to go against someone else. Probably would have to verse maybe Brandon Moreno. That could be a really good fight for him. But with Kai, if he wins, he could get a title shot. So this is a big fight for both of them. It's a massive fight. I'm a big Kai fan. I was gutted when Brandon beat him for the interim title and Brandon got the title shot. Because I really do like the way Kai fights. He's a really, really good fighter. But I actually do think Steve is maybe going to be a little bit too much for him. Steve is such a smart fighter, and when I watched that Pantoja fight, that made me realize how good Steve really is. So I think it's going to be a very good fight, a very close fight. But I think Steve is going to just clinch this one out and get the dub. Now move on to the main event. Dricus Du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. This is going to be a crazy fight. I hope this fight is extremely close, and I do hope Dricus edges it slightly. Reason I'm doing that, saying that, is a little bit of a selfish reason, because I know if Dricus wins, and this is a very close fight, we could get a number 2, and we could get the number 2 in South Africa, and I would love that to happen. This fight in South Africa would be fucking crazy. I would love this fight to happen again in South Africa, but it has to be a close fight. If Izzy goes there and knocks him out, it's not going to happen. We're not getting a UFC South Africa, ever. If Dricus goes and floors him in the first 2 rounds, we'll get a UFC South Africa, but it's not going to be as big of a draw, because most likely it will either be with Sean Strickland, which I don't think that will happen. I think they'll probably fight in America, or it's going to be with Hamzat or Whittaker, which I don't think it's as big a pull than what these two would bring. This is a massive fight. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, it's very obvious who he's going for, Dricus Du Plessis. And yeah, you're right then. I do think Dricus is going to win. I'm backing Dricus, but this is a very 50-50 close, because I like Izzy. I think Izzy's a great fighter. I don't know what happens if Izzy loses this fight. Like I said, that's why I want it to be a close fight, because I would love these two to do a rematch, regardless of the outcome in South Africa. But I kind of feel like if Izzy wins, UFC South Africa is dead. That's why we need Dricus to win, because I would love UFC South Africa next year. But Dana holds all that power. It's up to him. But I do think Dricus is going to be a little bit too much, to put too much pressure on him. I think he might edge it, or it could be a knockout. I think this is going to be a crazy fight. 2 very different styles, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Dricus on this one. Let me know in the comments below who you think would win this fight, or who you think is gonna win this fight. I'm very interested to know what everyone thinks. Not just this fight. Let me know about the whole card. What do you give it a stack meter? The main card to me is super stacked. Like, I would give this like a 9 out of 10. It's stacked. This is a really, really, really good card. Anyway, that's going to be the predictions for UFC 305. Let me know in the comments who you have winning the main event, the co-main, all the fights we went through, and what is your sleeper fight in the prelims. Let me know in the comments down below. That's going to be it for today. Peace.